How's it going, everybody? My name's Luke C. Marcotte, and welcome back to the Blue Collar Power Hour. Today, we are talking about leveraging your skills for real estate investing. Now, I've had minimal experience with real estate investing where it comes into buying a property, fixing it, flipping it, and also buying it, fixing it, and renting it out. Now, I first started wanting to do real estate when I was 16 years old, as I did with seems to be everything else. So I actually got my first credit card where I gave them $200 and they gave me a $200 limit basically to use so I could build credit so the time I was 18 I could buy my own house and move into it. Now, I fell a little behind schedule as I was reinvesting into my business, but I still made it happen nonetheless. So at 19 years old, I took a few $1,000s that I had and I went to a friend that had a brokerage company where he actually bought properties, held them in a portfolio, and sold them on land contract. And so I bought my first piece of land for $5,000 down on a $20,000 piece of property. And it was 5 acres in Kalkaska, Michigan, and it's actually on a lake as well. So my plan was to build a nice home there and sell it. And so what had actually happened is I went there, and me and my friends, being the tradesmen we were, we just had fun with it. So we basically took our chainsaws we all went and bought, and we started cutting down trees, sold the trees, and we rented excavators, and we went there, we're popping stumps, just really having fun with it because now I owned a piece of land. And so we cleared a spot for a big pole barn with a U-drive and a drive going up into the woods on top of a hill where a house could be built. And so after we did that and we sold the logs, it turns out that the property was more valuable because you could at least pull onto it. You could build something there. It was prepped for a site to build because we popped all the stumps with the excavators, and we literally worked out there just for free. We just had fun with it. It was our life, but it ended up making me more money that way. And so then I ended up selling the property after I decided that I wasn't going to build a spec home and sell it. I thought it wasn't the greatest time because real estate prices were so high, the cost of construction was so high. But if I was leveraging the skills like this, I could have built it myself. The only problem I had is I just didn't have the time with starting my business. And so I had sold the property, made a little bit of profit, made a little profit on the logs as well, and I had fun with my friends basically developing this little piece of property. That was at 19 years old. Then at 20, I took this cash that I made from that and I said, you know what? I want to buy a house so that I could fix up, rent out, sell, whatever it's going to be. So I started putting the word out there to everybody that I knew that I was looking to buy a house in a specific area for a specific price range. And you know, it took a while. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, maybe 6 to 8 months. And I'm looking around. I had money in the bank. I kept stacking it on top of there. And then sooner or later, one of my friends, actually the mentor I keep talking about, the plumber, he comes up to me, calls me one day, he says, hey, listen, I have the house you are going to buy. Because he was looking at all the houses with me. He was looking over the plumbing system and the foundation because he knew this very well. And I was looking over the electrical and the things that I knew. And he said, listen, I have the house. You are buying this one. I'm like, all right, if this man says I'm buying this house, I am buying this house. So it was actually probably an $80,000 house, but the guy that was selling it only wanted $65,000 for it. It was before what had went to market. So I'm like, great, that's awesome. So I went in, got a mortgage for it, and I had prepared for this for years at this point, 4 years, starting at 16. Now I'm 20 buying this. Put the money down. I saved some money so I could pay the utilities and bills for a few months, but also put some money into it to fix it up because it needed work. So just from the buy, when it's worth $80,000 and I bought it for $65,000, I just made $15,000 for buying this house. Well, that's great. So I move into it, I fix up a bathroom, had 2 other bedrooms. So you know what? I said, hey, I'm gonna rent out these bedrooms. I rented a bedroom to my little brother and I rented a bedroom to my friend. They were both together paying more than the mortgage was. So now I was making money living there for free, taking that money, which is an extra $100, $200 a month, and fixing up the house. And so as I said, I didn't have very much free time because I was starting my business. And so what happened is when I was just negotiating with this, because it was lower rent than these guys would have paid anywhere because I was still working on the house, one of them had to mow the lawn, the other one had to do the dishes and clean the house. And so I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff. And, you know, it wasn't derogatory towards them guys. The only thing was is that, you know, like I didn't have time to do this stuff. I didn't have time to work worry about these things. And so I could focus on my work, my business, and fixing up the house at hand instead of worrying about mowing the lawn or washing dishes or cleaning the house, which is realistically minimum wage activities, and I believe nobody should do. They should honestly pay someone to do. And then so what happened even greater is I had a friend that had a landscaping company and I had a friend that owned a plumbing company. And so now I traded them labor. And I said, hey, I need these bathrooms redone. I need these toilets redone. You know, instead of me paying you right now, how about you come over, you do this, we'll have fun, I'll have beers, I'll cook steaks or whatever, but also when you buy a place, I'll come over and I'll trade you the same amount of hours electrically for free. You provide all the materials, I provide the plumbing material, you provide the electrical material. I'll come over and I'll do the labor for free for you as you did for me. And so now it's almost like we were hanging out with buddies, which we normally would do, but now I'm getting my plumbing system fixed up, and now my buddy's getting his electrical system fixed up, and now I'm running power out to my buddy's new property for him so he could start building his dream pole barn house or his shop or anything like that. And it works out great because you're utilizing what you know, and then they're utilizing what they know. There's no use in you going on YouTube and spending time on money, on tools, and figuring out how to do the plumbing on your system when you know somebody that knows how to do the plumbing. And so you know how to do electrical, and obviously take this and put it into any aspect of the trades that you're in and say, you know what? Well, if you know plumbing and I know electrical and I need plumbing and you need electrical at some point, let's just trade hours. But obviously you got to make sure it's somebody you trust. Obviously you got to make sure that these people, you know that if it takes you an extra 8 months, a year, 2 years maybe for you to trade and have that trade-off, you got to know they're going to make good on it, as well as you have to make good on it for them as well. But if you surround yourself with great people like I did, then you can trust these people and it helps you out so much farther in the long run. And then not only that, but when you're in the trades, you're working around homes, buildings, you start to see things. Whether you want to invest in residential real estate, commercial real estate, industrial, whatever it is, whatever aspect and subsector you're in, you start thinking, you know what, I know what this foundation's supposed to look like. Oh, this foundation's cracked. I know what it's going to take to fix it because I've worked on a job where they had to fix it. And I see how much it's going to be a pain in the ass. Now, if you're somebody that's just watched HGTV and you're looking to get into the real estate investing and you don't know anything about it, great. All the power to you, truly. Like, go for it. It's the only way you're going to make anything happen. But if you have the upper hand by working in the trades, you already know so much more. You can see the red flags. It gives you a chance to talk the price down because you know what it's going to take to actually fix it. And if you don't have much time, like you don't run your own business or you're not super high up in a company where all your time is conceived by that one venture, well, now you can start doing some of the things yourself, especially if you plan on doing more of these homes. If you buy a job trailer and you fill it with specific tools to do these projects, well, then guess what? You can start utilizing your skills, your trades knowledge to do these things efficiently, and you can actually raise your ROI. So now you're not putting money into these projects, you're putting your own time in there, which makes the ROI, the IRR, whatever kind of rate of return you want to call it, a cap rate, it makes it higher because you are able to do this, which lowers your cost. Now, it takes more of your time, and time is money. So you, at some point, depending on how big you're looking to go with this, you got to realize when you need to hire out and when you need to keep on doing it. And so anyways, it is a great start to the trades, because let's say you have $5,000 and you put it down on your first home and you have no more money to invest in a place and it needs to be fixed up. You at least have some tools. You at least have some knowledge. You have phone numbers to people you know you could call and ask some questions from, just from people you work on the job with. They're more than happy to give you some pointers on what to do or show you what to do. And it's just using that upper hand you already have in the trades to start real estate investing. I tell all my guys about the real estate investing I do. I want every single one of our employees to get into real estate investing because it helps them make some money on the side, helps them to achieve their bigger dreams, because I want every single one of my people to live in a bigger, better house, build their dream home, buy their dream vehicle, etc. In my mind, life is abundant, and there's no reason that people shouldn't be able to go and shouldn't go after that abundance. It's just a great life, and I aspire all of my people to go do that. So guys, if you got some value from this to where you can leverage your skills you already have, the tools you already have, the people you already have to build your better future and help you build a real estate portfolio, please subscribe. We're going to be doing more videos on this as well, bringing in other real real estate investors who do this on a larger scale so they can not only teach you how to do it better, but also me, because I'm a student. I always love learning more things. And so guys, if you know somebody that's looking to get into the trades, make sure you send them on over our way. Maybe you know somebody that's maybe like your son, maybe your daughter, maybe your cousin, your friend, maybe it's your nephew, something like that. And they're not sure what they want to do. I know a lot of people are graduating high school right now in these odd times. They don't know what's going to be good. Maybe there's going to be college in the fall, maybe there's not going to be. Well, you know what? There's this summer, there's right here, right now, and there's no better time to get started in the trades. The trades are booming. I've been working 6 a.m. to midnight, Monday through Sunday actually. And so you know what, there's just more work than there can even be done. It's driving construction prices up, and so we need to help solve this problem. And so if you know somebody that's looking for an opportunity, now's the time, now's the place. So make sure you send them on over our way. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Again, my name is Luke C. Marcotte. This is the Blue Collar Power Hour.
Oh, easy.
Oh yeah. No, Billy. Oh, Jesus. One time I think I got a hernia from it. Yeah. My nuts swelled up, dude. Anyways, back to the plumbing. China. Hey, dude. I just referred you to my girlfriend's cousin's brother's fiance's wife's grandma, who's a realtor. God, my eye is burning. Yeah, Billy. Oh, that's disgusting.